You want to start it off?
Logo live. No, not yet. We gotta go at 7. One more minute.
One more minute. So no, like when I see her pictures, like she looks a lot younger than her pictures.
Well, she was younger when they were taken.
Yeah.
All right.
And she still got it in here.
You got the helm, Captain.
Aye, Lieutenant. Don't you want to wear your glasses at least?
What? So I can see the hordes of people?
Yo, right.
All right, man. Let's go live, baby.
Let's do it. Whenever you're ready.
All right. So you gotta hit the fade button. Remember.
Gotcha.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard with LA School of Comedy live. You just went to black. So now you got to hit the other one. It says fade over the white button on the left. Right to the right of the red button. To the right of the red button. Right of the red button. Keep going. No, all the down at the bottom ones. The bottom ones. See the big ones there? See the two big white? There we go. The two white. Push that one.
Cut.
Put it. Nope. Yeah, there we go. We're live, ladies and gentlemen, here at the LA School of Comedy. It took us a little while. We've, got a few things going on here tonight. So, welcome to Crazy Christmas / Hanukkah. Beginning of Hanukkah, right? It's the beginning of Hanukkah. Is that right, Johnny?
Sure.
Johnny, beginning of Hanukkah. And Christmas Day is only one day. We only get one day. You guys get 12 crazy nights, from what I understand. Is that right?
8 days of Hanukkah.
8 days. Sorry. It's 12 days of Christmas, right? Which I heard this morning, and I was trying to follow along, and it was a little difficult because there's a lot of stuff in that, you know? It's like partridge in a pear tree. They got two turtle doves, 3 calling birds. No, it's 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. There's French hens, and so the French, and nobody likes the French. So, the French like the French. The French like the French a whole lot more than they like anybody else. So, they got French hens, you got calling birds, you got 5 gold rings, of course. It fucking takes forever in that song. Don't you think? Goes along, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then all of a sudden we come to 5 gold rings, and then we go back to the regular. And what was it? 6 geese a laying, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying. Yeah, that's right. 8 ladies dancing, 9 maids a milking, 10 pipers piping, 11 drummers drumming, 12 lords a leaping. 12 lords a leaping. So there's leaping. There's a lot of stuff in that song. You're getting a lot. That was a big Christmas. She got a lot of presents. And not only that, lords a leaping, swans, lords a leaping, maids a milking, ladies dancing. You know, it's kind of like a harem. That's what he gave her on those 12 days. But it wasn't until the end that she got the this is terrible. The slaves, you know, the lords that were leaping all over the place. That's just wrong, in my opinion. But ho ho ho, we love Santa Claus. Santa Claus was a jolly fellow. I'm actually in Santa Claus's underwear tonight. Waiting to get my reindeer ready. They came last night. Never mind. It's all a blur to me. Ho, ho, ho. It's just a little too much work. By the way, I'm Aaron McIntyre, Aeron. It's not A-E. It's not A-A-R-O-N. and it's not Erin. Means comfy lawn chair in Swedish. So I was looking in the IKEA manual, and they had an Erin. It was a little comfy lawn chair, and so I thought, well, it's got my name. I may as well just go buy one. So I went to IKEA, and I spent about 8 hours in that IKEA maze, walking around looking at every piece of furniture except for the Erin. I couldn't find the Erin anywhere. So I finally ended up, of course, at the kitchen. And you got to have the Swedish meatballs at IKEA. So I had some Swedish meatballs, and I just went home, took a nap, which is what I am wont to do. Which kind of brings me to my day. My day was a pretty jam-packed. So first thing happened. First thing, I woke up, which should be enough for just about anybody. But yeah, I woke up, and then. You'd think that would be enough, but no. I took my morning jog from the bed to the toilet. Sometimes it's not a jog. Sometimes it's more of one of those power walks, where you're walking like this because you don't want anything to slip out. So that was a lot of work. Then I went back and, of course, took my medication. I'm a big proponent of mental health. I take about 75 different things in the morning. I've gotten really good at it. I can take a fistful of pills and put them in and drink them right down. And so I'm much better at taking pills than my dad was. My dad was terrible at taking pills. He actually had to take individual pills one at a time with pudding. He could not swallow a pill. He put it in there and pour the water in. And just for some reason, there was something that he would eat pudding, and that would do it. So took the medication. Then I went in and, made a pot of coffee. And I like to have my coffee fresh. So I get the full beans and I, put them in a little blender and put them in there. As you can probably tell, I'm just killing time till Cinda gets here. She's on her way, so, I thought I'd start on time because I think that it's very important for LA School of Comedy to be punctual. Because I did move to California to be a minority. I am a utilitarian, which means that... everything has to be utility, right? We've got to make things go in a certain way, and so if we say we're going live at 7, we're going live at 7. By God, even if there's nothing to do. What was I talking about? Oh, my day. So anyway, then I went into the refrigerator and I got the yogurt, right? And yogurt, what a pain in the ass. The Greek yogurt. You open up every single time. You open it up the first time, it's perfect. It's perfect little smooth yogurt top, Everything is yogurt. That's all there is. And then take a few scoops out, put it back in the refrigerator. Next day you take it out, and there's a little pool of water in every single time, no matter what you do. And then you got to stir it up, and, that took me about 45 minutes right there. And so then the coffee was ready. I had my coffee, and I had my little tincture. I have something that keeps my gut clean. You know what I'm saying? So I had a little of that. But you could tell, that was quite a morning. So I took a nap. About an hour and a half, took an hour and a half nap. And then I went and saw Nosferatu today on Christmas Day. That's right. There's a lot of people seeing a vampire movie on Christmas Day. Must be because, Santa Claus sucked all the joy out of them with all those presents they had to buy, So, yeah, it was an interesting movie. It was a good movie. Very visual. Some of the visuals are very, very, very cool. Some of them were really weird. And some of the stuff was just kind of like, I couldn't understand Nosferatu. I couldn't understand him half the time. He had this very low, growly. Excuse me. See, I don't know how that actor did it. It's a tough thing to do for that long. Let's see here. What else can I talk about? You know, around this time of year of joy and cheer and acceptance and love and understanding and beauty, celebration. What other words can we think of today? Johnny, any words come to mind for this holiday season?
Joy and happiness.
Joy and happiness. Happiness. I forgot the happiness. We got joy, love, peace. Peace is a good one. Let's talk about peace. What does peace mean to you? The people of LA comedy viewing land. Peace to me means empathy, compassion, understanding of your fellow man. I cannot understand how we can walk around this planet, look at another person, no matter who they are, no matter what they believe, no matter what they look like, and actually think that we have the right to tell them what to do. It's just amazing to me. I mean, anarchy is, to a sense, I read this book years and years ago about anarchy and how true anarchy would be the most peaceful and the most profitable and the best way to go about it, because it basically means you got personal responsibility for yourself. It doesn't mean that you only think of yourself and you don't care about anybody else. It means that you have personal responsibility for yourself. And that means that you probably don't want to look down on other people. You can't tell them what to do, so you kind of have to figure out a way to live with them and take personal responsibility for yourself. And it makes people more entrepreneurial. They'll want to do more, right, to keep their lives going and stuff. So I know a lot of people put a lot of bad words on anarchy, but I got to say fascism don't sound very good to me. It does not sound good. I just cannot think that there would be one person that I would entrust to make all the rules, you know. That's why democracy is the next best thing, which, you know, it basically means that, you know, we got a lot of people who are checks and balances. That's the whole idea of democracy, checks and balances. They want to take all those checks and balances away. You know, they talk about, I can't say that. You know, right now, Johnny, you know what's up right now?
What?
It says LA School of Comedy, because you're doing the hot switching and you're not doing the cut. So you gotta cut. There you go. There I am. There we go. Don't bring up that number 4 again. Number 4 is bad news.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. You know. Hey, it's Christmas. It's a day of cheer, and joy, and forgiveness, love, understanding, empathy. For God's sakes, am I the only person here? Whew. Well, let's see here. What else can we talk about? Because I got to stay away from some stuff. I'm gonna confess to some people out there. I did something in the show on Friday, and they took it off. YouTube took it off. And I think it was because I was talking about mental health, which I think is very important that we talk about, right? That we have some love for people who are struggling rather than, you know, criminalize them. But some of the stuff I said was kind of jokes and stuff like that because it's supposed to be funny. But I was talking about the polio vaccine. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else because I think that's what got us canceled. Because I was saying, you know, there's a certain person who thinks that the polio vaccine didn't save thousands of lives and almost completely eradicate polio, but did something else. And that something else to me is not great, you know. I admit that it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's a whole lot better than polio. I went to school with a kid with polio, and I'm telling you that it did not appeal, right? And the other thing that supposedly happens, I don't know, I prefer it. So, like I say, what else? There was some other stuff that I was thinking about. You know, I think that in this time of joy, it is time to talk about the Teletubbies. 'Cause I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Teletubbies, but apparently there was a big brouhaha years ago where they were apparently grooming children to be gay or something like that. I don't know if you've seen it, but they're furry creatures from another planet, and they got little things on their head that are all different. See, they're all different. Each one has one of them has a point. The other one has a little triangle. The purple one named Tinky Winky. We all know about triangles, don't we? From another time in history, if you know what I'm saying. And then we had Lala. Lala was yellow. She's LL, lipstick lesbian. And we know she was a lesbian because they all talked the same. They all went, so they all had the same voice. Didn't have anything down there to tell us, what sex they were, but you could kind of tell, okay? So she had the little twirly thing, right? Anyway, so she was a lipstick lesbian. The way we know that is because she wore skirts sometimes. And the way we know that Tinky Winky was gay is because sometimes he carried a purse. Now, I'm not saying that that's a definite indicator, but, why would you give a grown man a purse and not call it a merce? Am I right? So we got that triangle. We got Tinky Winky, Lala, and then we got Poe. And Poe was this little short red guy. So he had he was the cis male. Because he was always angry. So, and he didn't really growl like the first part that I just said. But anyway, he had the short man complex too, because he was the shortest one and he's the male. And of course, Tinky Winky, the gay guy, was just the biggest one. And then Lala was in the middle. And then one down from there was Dipsy. And I completely forgot about Dipsy. Because Dipsy was a dipshit. Okay, Dipsy was kind of inconsequential. We didn't really focus too much on him. He was green, kind of a lime green. And maybe at some point, I think he was pretty much asexual, He was, maybe he was pan. Yeah, that's what he was pansexual. And so he was like Peter Pan. He was like a little boy sex addict. Anyway, so we had kind of a triangle with Dipsy on the outside because Dipsy could go anyway, and probably did at some point with, maybe all of the three other Teletubbies. We don't know. We don't know what happened when the cameras went off. Cameras go off. They could be doing anything. I mean, they had a vacuum cleaner named Nunu. Nunu? I mean, come on. A vacuum cleaner? I don't know what they were doing with that vacuum cleaner when the cameras went off, but I bet it was pretty hot. And but it was when the cameras were off, and that's the point. They were not grooming children to be gay. They were just saying, hey, there's gay people around, And maybe Dipsy was trans. That's what we could do. Yeah, trans. So Dipsy was trans. Anyway, they all loved each other. That's the point, ladies and gentlemen. They all loved each other and accepted each other for who they were. There was no Teletubby infighting. There was no Teletubby cancel culture. They weren't canceling each other out. They were loving each other in a pure, unadulterated way. They had little televisions in their tummies. And all they did was play videos. And you never know which one of them was going to do the video of the day. One of them would get the honor, I guess, of doing the video of the day. And their tummies would have these little instructional videos about how to go to the park, how to go to the ice cream stand, how to build with blocks. These are important life lessons, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what the Teletubbies were teaching our children. So the fact that they were canceled really chaps my hide, if you know what I mean. Chaps my hide. What else do I have in mind? They had a freaky son, too. I don't know if any of you ever watched Teletubbies, but the freaky son at the beginning was always a little disturbing to me, because it was like very real. I think it was a real baby, and they just took the head I don't think they removed the head from the baby and then put it up there. I think it was a real baby, and then they CG'd out the rest or something. But he was the son, and in the beginning of the show, he'd come up and he'd go, and he'd look down, and it was kind of creepy. But my daughter and I loved the Teletubbies. She learned tolerance, and she also learned how to be a prison guard, because that's what she is now. She's a prison guard in New Zealand, of all places. She went to an exotic country to be a prison guard, so it's not a real prison. It's a real prison, but it's a kiddie prison. It's for kiddies, for kids. It's prison for kids, which is kind of cheery, you know? I don't know why I said that. That's not cheery at all. These are little kiddie murderers and kiddie carjackers, stuff like that. So, but she's great. She's a great kid. And it's really kind of amazing that she's a great kid, because her mom and I were great parents individually. When we were by ourselves, we were great, great parents. But when we were together, it was awful. We were terrible. And I'm surprised she didn't, end up in prison. Yeah, she could have ended up in prison, you know. But when she comes home, she definitely plays the part of the screw. You know, she's a screw in the New Zealand prison system. And she comes home and she tells me when to go to bed and when to get up and when to eat. And she's always using my commissary money. Still, no, that's not true. She's actually very independent. She's paying off most of her own loan for school. I say most, you know. Mom and Dad are helping out. This is more than the hell I got, right? My parents are like, well, we'll give you a couple $100 over the year. But my tuition was not $75,000. It was maybe $175 at that time. Because I'm old. I don't know if you guys know it, but I was born in the middle of the 19th century. Mid-19th century, boys. That's when I was born. Panama City, Florida. Land of book banning and cancel culture and rainbow economics. I don't know. Guess who showed up, ladies and gentlemen, just in time to save my ass? She's standing over there. She's breathing hard. She's getting ready. She's pulling herself together. Look at her. God damn, you look good. I feel like I just walked out off the farm with you, darling.
Oh my God. What a night.
Will she make it? You gonna make it, baby? You look fantastic.
Care of that plant beautifully.
Isn't that beautiful? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna introduce you to the goddess.
Oh.
The goddess of the LA School of Comedy here on the Christmas Day and the first day of Hanukkah.
That's right.
Or Chanukah, as I used to call it.
My Chanukah.
I called it Chanukah because in my middle school cafeteria, they put a big banner up, and it said, Happy Chanukah. And I said, why does it say Chanukah? And it wasn't Chanukah, it was Hanukkah, but they put a moon in front of this H, and I thought it was Chanukah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cindy Quist.
You're gonna
Here we
help
go,
me up?
darling.
You're gonna help me up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here she
thank
comes.
you. Oh my God.
Yeah, look at that goddess.
Dance with the music, dance. All right, guys. I know you guys are looking and saying, why are they out here tonight? Because the LA School of Comedy is open 365 days a year. And we're going to get out of here so quick before everybody from the Laugh Factory runs over here. Because they're like, you're open. You're open. They're like, how late are you going to be open? And I'm just like, oh my God. So we had to feed the homeless. I had to take care of the homeless situation today. That's why I was sweating in that outfit. But this coat has a history.
What is the history?
A long time ago, there was a lady who married a president who got shot assassinated in front of her. And then she married a very wealthy oil tycoon. And she also did something very strange. She would wear her clothes and then she would sell them. And this is one of the coats of Jackie Onassis. I know.
No!
And I was afraid to cut it.
I'm glad you didn't cut it.
Aren't you glad I didn't cut it?
I'm glad you didn't cut it.
Look what I did in the back.
Look at that. Oh, my God.
Looks
Isn't that-
amazing.
I had them lifted up like that so they wouldn't cut it because I was afraid I would never get the look again.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not interested in this. But I'm going to tell you anyway.
I'm interested.
You're interested. So that's this coat. Let me show you how well it's made. Topaz. That's my birth sign. I mean, like, the buttons are ridiculously expensive. My birds haven't shit on it, so that's good. Johnny had to see me this morning looking crazy in a robe because I just came from New York where things happen. But how do they happen? Anywhere. The strangest things can happen in New York. I thought this guy was talking to me the whole time, and he wasn't. And I was looking at his earrings, and they weren't earrings. They were those things that go in your ear. Can you use those?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
What we're doing here is very special. We are really preparing for 2025 like nobody's business. We're having a competition here. Not a competition, but it's a contest that's going to help you guys move ahead in your life because there's not many places that you can go and be free and have feedback that's not negative. Right away, when I started stand-up, this is part of my act, I got to tell you, because I love Steve Marshall, but it was like, Sundar, you can't go on stage like that. You got to wear, like, even if you wear those boots, like the girls wear those Doc Marten boots. What would I do in Doc Marten boots and a mini skirt? I don't know, but I was wearing them then, I can tell you that. And my first manager was Carrie Hoffman, who is Zach Galifianakis' manager, and he said, we have to change this look. He said, Sundar, you look like a Vegas act. Then he corrected himself and said, Vegas lounge act. So they decided to dress me as Paula Poundstone. I was wearing 3-piece suits on stage. I had a vest, I had pants, I had a jacket. I looked crazy. But I had the opportunity of meeting Paula Poundstone right here in this place. In this place. They're doing not an expose. Everything with me is always expose. It's not an expose, but they're doing a documentary on Barry Katz. And Barry Katz is the producer of Last Comic Standing. He's worked with so many comedians, Chappelle. You can name them all. I wanted to say, what's his name? Jeff Ross, but it seems like he's always been old. You ever notice some people is always old? And always the same, always liked them young then. But I don't care much about that. I want to tell you something. Most comedians, when they go home, if you think that they're looking at Netflix to see the comedy, they're looking at anything but. But some people do enjoy watching comedy. Now, I can't do that. First of all, if you start listening to everybody else's comedy, you start thinking of it, and something can happen, and it can happen. So you got to be careful. That's why I don't watch too much of it, of other people's stuff, because I may have something that's similar, and then I get paranoid. When I first started here, you guys should know how these things work. I had a young lady that went on stage after me, and she says, what just happened should not have ever happened, but that's the way people act in this town. Now, suppose I went and I made French fries at McDonald's, and they were the best French fries. And then somebody else comes up and says, I made those French fries. That's just what happened here. And I have no idea what she's talking about. French fries, McDonald's. I've never worked at McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's. And the next thing I know, I am thrown out of the Comedy Store because I have no evidence to prove that I did this hair routine. Now, I think if anybody knows me, they know that one drop of water, my hair goes up like Jiffy Pop popcorn. But now they believe it. And now when they look at me, they believe it. And the Persian women, they don't know what they're saying to me. They think they do, but they don't. Why is your hair sick is not what you want to hear. I ran from a woman in my hallway who was trying to put her hands in my hair. She just made gondi. She's telling me she just made gondi. If you don't know what gondi is, and you're not, I'm not Persian. Why do I know everything? But gondi is like our equivalent to not marshmallow. Matzo ball.
Soup.
Right.
Matzo.
Exactly. It's like gondi. We gotta learn these
Chicken
things. Chicken meatballs. That's interesting. Because I'm going to definitely bring up a few minutes here of someone that is a very interesting character that I've met over the years. I've watched him grow and grow. And let me tell you, he grew on me, and I fell in love with him like the rest of the building, and we never have enough time to give him some time. And so tonight we want to give him some time and give him his exercise. And the exercise would be for you, Johnny, what you hate about driving in LA. All right? When we give you the light, you got 2 minutes, okay? Aaron's in charge. Let's give it up for Johnny B.
Woo! Johnny!
Pick me up, I'll dance.
You gotta clap for yourself.
Yeah, you gotta clap for yourself, man.
Holy smokes. Yeah, when I hate driving in LA, you like,
You have to wait until you get to the
I can't
microphone.
get out of this place.
Wait until you get to the microphone. Treat it with respect.
All right. Good evening. I'm Johnny Baral. Last name is spelled Beral. I'd like to wish everybody, first and foremost, a happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Soon is right about, what I hate the most about driving in LA. So, I usually, 95% of the time, I'm usually the passenger in my mom's car or on the bus. And I usually get the, argument with my mom over, such clumsy stuff. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? Whenever we go to my brother's house in Westlake, and then up the 101, and for you guys don't know where it's at, it's off the 101 near the 23 exit. So one day we went there for Thanksgiving, and then my mom's like, son, we kind of have a problem. I was like, dude, will you stop worrying? I got it all under control, Mom. My GPS is in my hands. She's like, are you 100% sure? It's like, Mom, it's under control. Just focus. She's like, okay. Then you hear my dad in the background. Like, are you 100% sure? It's like, Dad, just shh, hush. All right, God, driving me nuts. It's like, I need to take 2 Advil. All right. What the? I apologize. Sorry about that. So anywho, driving towards my brother's house is a real pain in the rear end. So that day we came back home. We left my brother's house about 8:45 that evening. Excuse me. So we left at 8:45 that evening, and we're coming back home. We're heading on the 101 facing the valley. And then there's traffic. And then my mom's like, how the hell are we going to get the hell out of this place? I'm like, Mom, just shut up, relax. Just put the windows down, drink your hot tea. Just calm your ass down, Mom. Just calm your ass down. Everything will be fine. People are going to Vegas, Palm Springs, or they're probably coming back home. And then my mom's like this again. She's like, oh, we're not coming back home, are we? I was like, yes, we are, Mom. Just calm your ass down. We got plenty of time, okay? I don't have work tomorrow, okay, Mom? I don't work tomorrow, so just calm your ass down. Like, okay, fine. So, I like to bring up, hopefully soon, I'm going to be doing my podcast here at the LA School of Comedy for my jewelry. I can talk about on my birthday. Yes, you heard that correctly, on my birthday. So I'm going to give you guys some pointers about what I do at my jewelry store in Los Angeles with my parents. First and foremost, I'm a certified gemologist, and I know my diamonds. So, like they say, diamonds are a woman's best friend, of course. Like Sunda, she's a diamond.
Yes.
Well, 100% she's a diamond. Of course, she's 100% diamond. And then Mark is the gold ring on Sunda's finger. FYI. Mark, I love you. If you're listening, I love you. All right. Anywho, so what I'm going to talk about is my jewelry and what I do and how do I, give anybody a loose diamond of any kind, so that way people can afford what they want to pay. So I don't want someone to go to, say, for example, Zales, the Tustin Jewelry Center, or, excuse my language, you want to go to Rodeo Drive, spend all your piggy banks and all your credit cards and all that shit. I hate that. Like, why do you want to go to, like, say, a Zales or, like, some jewelry store in Rodeo Drive? In my hometown, people like, honey, do you really want this ring? It's $85,000. And then she would like, honey, just get it for me, okay? Just shut the fuck up and just get it for me. But honey, I love you. Just get it. And the next thing again, here we go, the argument. You're like, just shut up, honey, and just give me the fucking ring, all right? And whatever. I'm not gonna spend my girl $85,000 on her engagement ring. You wanna pay $85,000? Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. That's your fault. You come to me, I'll save you guys so much money. You'd be like, yeah, we know this guy's talking about. Is this guy worth it? You're like, yeah, hell yeah, he's worth it. So you get your money's worth. I'm not gonna let you guys spend $100,000 because people were like, all right, you know what, honey? Let's go dip our money in the 401k, all right? Let's get the money. Let's pull the money out of our 401 fucking K and just spend the living shit out of it in Beverly Hills. Yeah, fucking right. Okay, Jesus Christ. All right, not much time. One more minute. Last but not least, I'd like to say thank you to Sunda for allowing me to stand up here and also do my podcast hopefully soon on January 10th. I love you guys. Good night.
Okay. All right. Help me up. You gotta help me up before we go, girls.
You got it.
Oh my God. So now, how are we going to do this thing, me and you, Aaron? Have you ever done doubles? You never did that?
Yeah. I was thinking we should be a team.
A duet.
You gonna do it? Have you ever done it?
Yeah, baby, I've done it.
All right. So it's like, come on. Let's see. We're just playing, guys. We're having some fun. Why not? It's Christmas.
Okay, everybody, let's get a suggestion for a location.
Oh, you're doing improv, man. I can't do that shit.
No,
I'm kidding. So what happens is, I heard there was a fire in a shoe factory.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
I bet a bunch of heels started it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I bet a bunch of them heels started.
Yeah. So,
Because, they were having an argument with the pants.
right. So I went to the mall to buy my husband some cologne, and then I thought maybe I should start my deodorant.
I don't know that.
I know. I'm thinking of stuff.
That's good. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay. So, I was down on the pier down in Venice, and I saw a guy standing there.
And I said, wow, is that a ear of corn, or is he happy to see me?
An ear of corn. I think it was an ear of corn.
Ear of corn?
You could tell because he had the blonde hair, and he looked like he was from Kansas. So.
And he probably was on his way to the LA School of Comedy to learn how to act, to learn how to do things. Now that we're here and we can talk to you guys, you're watching us, we're live. I had a TV show called James and Sunda, so now I should just change it to, you're changing your name all the time. We'll change you to James, make you James.
Yeah, I could be James.
Yeah, you can be James.
I can be anybody.
You can be anybody. I can be Maria Santiago de Velazquez, and he can be de Barranquilla, Bogotá, Puerto Rico. And that's how we work.
Yeah. Or I could be Nina Patinta Santa Maria.
Oh, yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain.
Oh, yes, I paid the price.
But I had so much cocaine. But if we had to, we'd do it all again. 'Cause we are old.
Old.
We are funny.
We're funny.
We're fabulous.
We're fabulous.
I can hear that pipe just cracking, but it only serves to make me more determined to beat that dealer again.
And I found him on the corner, and I hand him on the border, but he says he doesn't have any more for me.
Oh, yes, he's a liar.
And I want him to die.
Because I wanted that blow.
But I just have to cry because
Have to. We do it all again. 'Cause we are old.
old,
We are invincible.
invincible.
And junkies. Now, can you imagine that? Can you imagine us being that? It wouldn't work for me. Wouldn't work for me. No, that wouldn't work. But what's good about it is that we can talk about things that other people don't talk about. For example, Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Tell me about it.
Well,
This is the baby boomer moment.
yeah, okay, so they were plastic. I remember that. They were plastic, and they only had like uppercuts. That's all they had. They didn't have anything else. So it was just the uppercuts. Just boom, boom.
Right.
It would be the body
Right,
punches or the uppercuts. And I think that was all they had. And it was just a matter of the waist.
Boom, 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 boom.
So if you notice, here's the line, and it goes like this. So, yeah.
So do you know any songs?
I didn't have the Rock'em Sock'em
You didn't have the
robots,
Rock'em
but you know what?
Sock'em
I had the
What'd
Light
you have?
Bright. I had Light Bright.
I
Do you
don't know the
remember Light
song.
Bright? Making things look bright, out of sight, making things like what? Anyway, it was a
I
pegboard.
know what it
with
was,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I never knew the
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Now you'll know
And,
this one.
What?
another
Yeah.
one, give me another
No. The other one that I had was I had oh fuck, this is embarrassing. I had an Easy Bake Oven.
Oh, I did too.
We would have been such good
Wait,
friends
how
back
about the
then.
Big Burger Grill?
I didn't have the Big Burger.
I burnt
Big
the
Burger. Big
Yes.
Burger. No, I just
It
had
was a
the.
Big Burger Grill, and the grease would drop down, and you gotta be careful because you put your the Easy Bake Oven. If it wasn't ready, it wouldn't open. You'd wait for like an hour for a cupcake,
Yeah, I know.
and loved it.
Yeah. Well, it was
pretzel
worth it.
Jetzel.
It was worth. Yeah, well, I didn't pretzel. Just, I don't remember.
I had every.
I had
you
Hot
grow-
Wheels.
I had Hot Wheels too. When you grow up with an Italian father, it's very different because you're like, Dad, they're all the same toys in this box. And he
Yeah.
says, you're ungrateful. You're
Yeah.
ungrateful. What did I do with Hot Wheels?
What?
Why was I having Hot Wheels? I was a girl.
Yeah. Why was I having an Easy Bake Oven? You know.
That's
the
why we
point.
belong
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, I think that was great. Yeah.
Now let's see if you remember this song. Give me a song.
From anyone, anytime. Pardon me,
Marble.
Roy.
Is this a chat? No.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Marble the Mustang is
It's
almost for
almost
real.
Just
Gather him up with spurs on your heels. No winding.
No batteries.
One horse too. Marble the Mustang. For you. Wow, this he's learning something. He's learning how to
Yeah,
switch. He's
this is
learning how to
what-
do these songs.
We're going back through time,
We're going.
ladies and gentlemen.
Chantilly can shake your world. Remember that song?
No, I don't remember that one, but I do remember. There's a fragrance that's here to stay, and they call it
Charlie. And
It's there today, and they call it Charlie.
kind of young,
Kind of wow, Charlie. Kind of
free,
hip, kind of wow, Charlie.
Charlie.
Or whatever. It was-
We don't know the words,
That's
but
one of
we'll
the things.
sing it anyway. Charlie. Oh my God, I love that. Do you taboo? Oh, canoe. Do you canoe?
Canoe?
Remember canoe?
I don't remember canoe.
It was a fragrance for men.
Oh yes, I remember canoe. Yeah, but I remember.
The Wilkinson swords.
I am the most interesting man in the world.
What was that?
It was a guy who had I think it was Dos Equis. Dos Equis, man, he would say. Now it is very difficult to be the most interesting person in the world.
I thought it was Alex Agente.
No.
Do you remember Alex Agente?
Oh, yeah. Remember Chrysler, Cordova. With Corinthian
Cordova.
Corinthian leather.
Corinthian letter. Cordova. Oh my God, my girlfriend had a Cordova.
I had a G.I. Joe.
I got a G.I. Jew.
You got a G.I. Jew.
I got a G.I. Jew.
I had a G.I. Joe. You had a G.I. Jew.
His name is Keith. I hope he's watching tonight.
Keith.
Oh my God, your friend. Are you going to meet him?
My buddies, yeah.
Your buddy,
yeah,
your brat.
Yeah, my brat buddy. We're brat buddies.
Now, can you remember this one? She was a tramp, a vamp, and a bit of a... She was a V-A-M-P. Tramp, vamp, right.
Vamp. She was a vamp.
Now, I think that you can do. Can you imagine Elvis Presley and Cher together?
Mm.
I think they were separated at birth.
Yeah, yeah. Because she had the lip problem.
We can't go on together now.
With suspicious eyes.
Suspicious minds. Is that
I don't know. One of the two things. I think it's both. I think they did both. It's eyes and minds and everything. We can go on together with suspicious minds.
Suspicious minds.
And we can build our dreams
of suspicious minds. Oh, you have to hear what he goes. All that I love now. Hear me sing the words.
I'm not getting on. What part is that?
Even hear a good ring cry. Ooh, yeah, boom, 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 boom. Why can't you see what you're doing to me? Ooh, when I still see suspicion in your thighs. Whoa!
Whoa, thighs. Suspicion.
So we're trying to do this team thing, and
yeah.
we can make believe we're in church.
Hey, we're snappy.
We're snapping in the church. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. And we pray that all unity may one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love. By our love. And you don't know that one?
I don't know that one.
Okay. Which one
I don't know any of those Christian songs.
No?
No. My mom was Catholic. My mom was Catholic. Yeah, I know. But they were kind of like Catholic, very Catholic, like light, like almost like not Catholic
like,
at all.
Not
a lot of Catholic in there. No. When I was a kid, we went when we were in Japan for 2 years. That was the only time we ever went to church, and it was because my dad was the commander of the military base, and we had to go. So I went to Sunday school and all that, and then we'd go to the officers' club and have.
Nice.
I will never forget it. Waffles with whipped cream and strawberries every Sunday. Sure, I'll go to and sit around and listen to people talk about some fictional character from a big book. It's okay with me.
Oh my God! Well,
They were good stories.
They had to be good stories.
I have been looking into the Bible, though, I gotta say. And there's a lot of stuff in there. And I think that this is a thing that I'm working on. It's two different people who read the same Bible, right? Mm-hmm. Because you've got the Christians. Right. The Christians are, it's all about love. It's about loving your brother. It's forgiveness and compassion and understanding and doing that for your brother, And then there's the other side. It's like, hey, listen, I'll tell you something. That boy, he disrespects you. You can take him out in the back and whoop him. And not only that, if your daughter goes and sleeps with another man, then you can stone him. You don't want to spill your seed on the ground or anything like that. That's trouble, because you don't know what's going to grow.
And you can't beat that with a baseball bat, and you know that. We're gonna have to get you rapping soon.
Yeah.
It'll be like a hip hop.
Yeah.
Hippie to the hip hop, and you don't stop rocking to the bang bang boogie. See, up jump the boogie to the boogity beat.
Oh my God! Have you seen Kunk on Earth? It's this new show. It's a mockumentary. It's this woman who's going around telling you about the history of the world.
No.
And that's one. Every once in a while they'll say, and that was nowhere near the popularity of, and then they'd start doing that song. It was like, and they just kept bringing it back over and over and over again. Went on a little long, but.
Well, I know we went on a little long. You know what? We're very funny people when we're awake. But what I do want to say is that I've seen an acting method that I've never experienced, and I've been with the best. Not that you're not better. But when you think at a certain age you can't do acting because of memorization, forget about it. You're not going to remember the words. So you have to act.
You have to know it. You have to know the words, not remember them.
Nice.
If you start off with the knowing first, just don't even bother with the memorization, because the memorization will kill you. You'll start doing line readings. Same thing over and over and over again.
Oh, it's terrible.
Can't get out of that rut.
So how do we do it?
Well, you start off with basically looking at the line and saying, okay, why did I say this? What do I know? What do I know about this person? Just read the line like you're reading a book. Don't worry about, I'm going to have to say these words in a minute in a certain way to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. You just look at it and you say, one of my favorites is, okay, what's up? Okay, what's up tells you an awful lot about the relationship of the person, about what's going on, about why the person's there. If you know all that stuff, I know it's only 3 words, but you know the line, right? If I know that I know you, you're a really good friend. What I know is that you probably called me over to talk to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't say, okay, what's up, right?
Right.
I would say, oh, I'd say, what's up? Or something like that, right? But I say, okay, what's up? That means
The
you called
familiarity
me.
is there.
That's right. And
Right.
it's also, you called me over here, or I've noticed something about you that's different. Okay, what's up? So it could be either one of those things.
I didn't think that.
But all I think about is, all I want to know is what's up with you. And I want to know, but I also want to get your attention with the okay. Okay, what's up? So all I have to do is just get your attention and say, okay, what's up? And
That's
ask you the question.
amazing.
Now I asked you the question.
And
And then I come over and I start to sit in a chair or on a couch,
Right.
and there's a chair sitting right there, and you say, no, don't sit there. I want you to sit there today. So what does that tell us? That tells us that there's a couch and that that's usually the place that I go. But for some reason, you want me to sit in a chair. So there must be something going on here with a couch and a chair, and you want me to sit in the chair. So if that's all you want, you see me going toward the couch, all you got to do is stop me from going to the couch and sit in the chair. Now I know my line. I don't have to think, what words do I know how to tell a person, no, I don't want you to sit there, sit there.
Right.
It's easy.
It sounds like it.
So then I sit down in the chair, and I say, oh, really? Really? Oh, I've always wanted to sit in a psychiatrist chair. Oh, it's okay. So now we know that you're a psychiatrist.
Right.
So you're a psychiatrist, and I'm coming over here, but I'm your friend. I'm not sitting here like a patient, and I've never sat in your chair. So it must be something pretty important, so I might want to know. And maybe I kind of want to know it in a funny way. You know, I want to kind of, I'm a psychiatrist now, so I'm going to say, so when was the first time that you realized that men were a big disappointment? And see, you have that reaction.
Right.
So you go with that reaction rather than going, oh, what's my line? What do I say? You just
Right.
go, and then your line is 6 months. So now we know it's a comedy.
Right.
We knew that from, okay, what's up? Don't sit there. I always wanted to sit in a psychiatrist chair. Kind of know. We're not talking about somebody being kidnapped. So it's not a drama. It's a comedy, right? But then when I say, so when did you discover that men were a big disappointment, and you say 6 months, there's a thing. Oh, okay. And then you say, well, I don't want to talk about that. That's all women ever want to talk about. All right? So if you know that as a psychiatrist, all women ever want to talk about, that's all women want to talk about is men. And all men want to talk about is women, and men and women and women and men. And have I left anything out?
Well, we don't know yet. There might be
Right.
another pronoun.
So there's all kinds of things in there that you just put it in. I know why I'm saying it, because that's how we speak. We know what I'm not thinking about. What words am I going to
That's
say?
the other
right?
thing. That's what makes it so relaxing when you teach it.
Right. Because it's just talking. It's talking, but it's talking about something that's very important. This is the most important moments in these people's lives are stuffed into a movie or a TV show. That's the difference.
But
It's not natural.
you make it seem organic the way you teach it. I wanted to say, because it doesn't make me feel stressed.
Yeah, it's easy.
I mean, guys, I'm an actress. No, seriously, I am. But I get so hung up on words. And I saw his work, and I saw, oh my God, he's got people on SVU. You tell them.
Yeah, one of my students was on SVU. I've got another student who moved down here a few years ago. She was on a pilot that was made by the guys from Mighty Power Rangers. She was on Chicago Fire, Chicago Law, both of them. And then I have another student who just moved down here a year and a half ago, and she's done, I think, 7 short films in a year and a half, which is not bad. these are, student films, but she's getting her start. She's, 18 years old.
Right.
She's got the world at her
oh
feet.
Oh my God! And they're thinking, I'm almost 20. How sick. How
I
sick,
know,
right?
I know.
I'm gonna be 20. That's what they're thinking. I'm gonna be 20 in my waist. Well, here's what I have to tell you. If you want things done, you have to get them done. If you're thinking about doing comedy and people told you at one point you were funny, well, you probably are. But you won't know until you take that from the page to the stage. And with your acting, if you're going to sit there and memorize and memorize and memorize, you're not going to get the job unless you're natural and you internalize or...
Right. And you react in the moment to different things. Most people will come in and just do a scene like naturally, back and forth, and nothing really changes throughout the scene. But if you look at each thing that I say to you, I have an opinion about.
Right.
Everything that you say to me, I have an opinion about. So I don't have to wait for a whole line for me to have an opinion at the end. I've got opinions all the way throughout everything you say. So maybe at some point I hear the first part of your sentence, it doesn't make sense to me, and so I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
And then all of a sudden you say something that pisses me off, and I go, what the hell are you doing? But, those thoughts are still going through my head, but most people will just sit there and listen.
And wait for their line.
Wait for their line.
And it looks like you're waiting.
That's what it looks like. Watch TV, watch movies, watch these really great actors do that. Every moment is a moment.
Every moment's a moment, and he's right. Don't look like you're waiting for it, because it shows.
Yeah. Because nobody knows what's going to happen next.
Right, but
right?
you're like...
I don't know. I don't have any idea what's going to happen next. I mean, Johnny could
That's
jump
my
up
line.
and streak for all I know right across the
Oh,
front
yes,
here.
they call him
the streak.
He likes to play with his physique.
When I was in junior high, there was Betty and, I swear to God, Betty and Veronica.
Oh, God.
They were these two really hot young girls.
He was
Not
young
saying
too.
I was young too. Okay.
We were young also.
Yeah,
we
I
were
was young. I was at the same. Okay, but anyway, they told us they wanted to streak, and we were, oh my God, can you imagine? Me and my two friends, oh my God, three,
Streakers. Do you know what a streaker is?
Teenage boys.
No.
Teenage.
Ah, see, never.
You ready? I'm gonna show you.
Ah!
No, don't do it.
The streak was. It happened to a gentleman who was on Casino Royale. What was his name? Niven.
David Niven.
Yes, he was on the Academy Awards, and out of nowhere, a streaker went by. Do you remember?
Yeah, this naked man just ran across the stage.
Just ran,
naked.
completely naked. Yeah.
And then it became a craze.
Right.
And then they wrote a song. They wrote a song about
They
it.
made money.
Yeah, Jim Stafford, who also wrote Spiders and Snakes and Wacky Weed, and what else did he do? He did that other one that was, he was a pretty funny guy. He was actually my first concert. The first concert I ever went to was Jim Stafford and the Beach Boys.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like I said,
I
mid
remember
1900s when I was born.
How did it go? Wait. I remember when Mary Lou said, "You want to
Take
take me home from
school?" And I said, "Yes, I do."
I have the hiccups.
She said, "We don't have to go right back home, but
I
I'd kind of like to be alone with you some." I said, "Me too."
And then we took
a
a stroll.
wound up down by the swimming hole.
When she said,
"Come on
over here." I was looking for.
I was nervous, as you might guess, just looking for something to put down a dress, and she said, "Let's make it perfectly clear.
Dum-dum-dum-dum.
I don't like spiders and snakes, but that ain't what it takes to love me. You fool, you fool. I don't like spiders and snakes, but that ain't what it takes to love me. Like I wanna be loved
by you." These white songs I listen to, Johnny B doesn't know them yet, but they're all there. And
That's
then we
right.
had the other ones. Goodbye to you, my trusted friend.
We've known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Together we climbed hills
and trees. Learned of love and ABCs, skinned our hearts and skinned our knees.
Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die.
When all the birds are singing in the sky.
Now
That the spring is in the air.
with the perfume
Everywhere, think of me and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. But the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time.
Boom, 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 boom.
Goodbye,
Michelle.
Michelle,
It's
please pray for me.
You know
No,
why?
no. What is it?
'Cause I was the half black sheep of the family.
Yes, that's right.
I try to teach you right from wrong. But
Yeah.
too much.
Goodbye. No, that was the father. It's the Michelle. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one.
You gave me
Be
love
love and help me find the sun.
And every
And
time,
time when I was down,
8 o'clock.
you would always come around, get my feet back on the ground.
Johnny
Goodbye
B, it's hard to die. When Johnny B is singing in the sky, Johnny B is gonna get a drone. Gonna make that drone hit our home, then everybody will leave us alone. That's right. Well, guys, listen, you heard everything. We make a show no matter what. And I do have the hiccups without a drop of alcohol, but I will tell you, the potatoes were burned. Delicious. Delicious. And so we're going to have our, I believe it's the second month, the second Sunday of every month, he'll be doing an open house just to see if you people are interested in doing acting. And
then we'll start the classes on Tuesdays.
then we'll start the class on Tuesdays. And so that's enough for me. Guys, this has been a really interesting night. We want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Now.
Now.
Good night, everybody. God bless you.